Hi guys, welcome to M&E Made Simple. I'm your host, Coach Alexander. For those of you who are here for the very first time, please do not hesitate and forget to subscribe to this channel because on a regular basis, I post updates in relation to monitoring and evaluation. So today we're going to be looking at some of the questions that come in tests, exams to do with monitoring and evaluation. So this particular test was given on 27th June. It was a test two for one of my students. Okay. I hope they are not getting upset that I've posted this online. But anyway, it's for the benefit of everybody. I just usually like to share things and no hard feelings to anyone. So this is a test, and I want us to go through some of these questions. These are some of my favorite questions. And if you have any feedback, please don't hesitate to write to me. So in the 6 month program, we do what is known as data management, okay, towards the later part of the program. Now, let us look at section A. It talks about basic data management. Okay. So, in question one, I like this question because it really connects you to real life situations. So, data in every organization is essential because it helps in tracking performance and understanding whether an organization has achieved its targets. The first question is thoroughly explain what data is, and you can see it's 5 marks. So usually these kind of questions, if you're asked to explain what data is, you need to do it briefly and to the point because the marks are quite low, 5 marks. So data is the raw form of information. That's how I like to explain it before you actually do the analysis of that data. So data is usually the numbers, figures, and so on, such that when you analyze it, it becomes information. It adds meaning. So if you explain it like that, you get marks. You may not get maximum marks, but you will definitely get all the marks because I usually am generous. Now, explain the steps of conducting a data quality audit. So as you can see, these are 10 marks. Now, first of all, a data quality audit is an assessment. All right. You are simply trying to establish whether the organization that you are auditing is meeting the standards for good quality data. So the standards for good quality data, there are 5 dimensions usually. And those 5 dimensions, you can search on them on the internet, but I'll give you one or two. Um, Precision, validity, those are some of the attributes of good quality data. Timeliness, okay, is some of the attributes of good quality data. So once you answer that, now explain the steps of conducting this audit. It's interesting because it's the same steps that is used when doing any the financial audits or compliance audits that organizations do, except that this one is an M&E function and you have to align it to the M&E scenario. So all you do is that when you do before you undertake a data quality audit, you need to, of course, send notification to the institution or send notification to different staff members who will be part of the audit. And then after you've done the notification, you've told them that, okay, you'll be coming in on a specific date to undertake this activity. The next step is actually to request for certain documentation. So there's a checklist of documentation that you need to request for that will make sure that will essentially be your desk review. So after you get the documents, you do your desk review, you go into the field. So first of all, there's the opening meeting, you discuss with the people who are there, especially management, why you've actually come to do the audit and what you're looking for and how it's going to better improve. Okay, so those are the first three steps, but I don't want to go into the detail, but you should do your research and learn these steps. So in order to check on data consistency, check for the variance of net income for all months. So this is based on this table that you see here. So what it is saying is that in order to check on data consistency, check for the variance of net income for all months. So there is a formula that you use to calculate variance. I'm not going to talk about it, but you can search on the internet. So variance just helps you determine the quality of data in an organization. So the formula is based on verified. Okay, maybe I can tell you, I can just give you a bit of just a snapshot of what the formula is. It's I usually get confused with the two, verified and unverified, but really it is, if you are looking at variance, you'll be focusing your attention on the verified minus unverified over verified. That's the formula. But check on it on the internet and you're going to find that formula. It helps with calculating the quality of the data. So calculate the average variance of all months, which month had the worst data quality and the best data quality. So this particular issue, this component you see here, is actually what we teach during the 6 months program. So it would be nice if you'd have find time. Right now, the deadline for enrollments has elapsed, but there'll be another time when we'll call out for people to come and enroll. So I hope you join the team. Okay, so here is another one: statistics and data analysis. This is another thing we do in the 6 months program, and as you can see, there's a question there. The reason why we do this kind of thing is because it's because you need to be equip yourself on doing effective analysis of data. So that's why we do this. So this is a question, just a random question which was gotten from one of these books. It says the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration collects information on fatal accidents that occur in the USA. Following are the number of fatal motorcycle accidents that occurred in each of the South Carolina 46 countries during the year 2009. So they give you all this data. So construct a frequency distribution table using the classes. So this is what you're supposed to do. Calculate the relative frequency. We teach this. This is what you're supposed to do with that data. So this is all we actually teach all these things, and it helps M&D professionals become more proficient in what they do. Another question that another question that follows is to do with the SPSS software. So during the test or exam, we'll give you this question, we'll give you a set of data. So for instance, you have collected data from the field using the Excel sheet provided. We'll actually provide you with an Excel sheet during a test, and you're actually supposed to construct a histogram and normal curve for the type of data that you have. In this particular case, the student we were assessing had was given data to do with feed costs because that was more familiar to him. So we asked him to actually use SPS software to construct a histogram and a normal curve, and also to tabulate the percentages of male and female. So you can see these are a lot of marks, 10 marks each. The last one was 15 marks. So I want to say that he did well and I was proud of him. Okay, so you could actually benefit from this kind of program. Now let's go to the next paper quickly. I am fortunate today that I'm going to show you two of our papers that we gave to our students. So on 17th July, this was another test that was given. So what is the difference between a reporting system and an M&E system? So a reporting system is basically, I like to start by defining what an M&E system. An M&E system is a mechanism for continuous learning and improvement. But when you talk of a reporting system, it just generates information, okay? But the thing that is missing is the actual learning. And that is the difference when you actually dig deeper, because M&E generates, it actually generates reports. But what makes it different is that it uses those reports to take corrective action and improvement. And you notice that actually M&E systems are more of a quality assurance mechanism. I like to think of it that way. So these are 5 marks, 5 free marks. Briefly explain in your own words the difference between an M&E systems audit and a data quality audit. A very good question. So M&E systems audit is mainly looking at M&E. Data quality audit its focus is on the data. And the standard that is used with a data quality audit is essentially you're just looking at the dimensions of good quality data. Is the data that you're collecting good quality? Does it meet the standard? Okay, so these are additional 5 free marks. Explain and elaborate what an M&E readiness assessment is and what parameters are looked into when carrying out this activity. This is also another interesting question. I've talked about the M&E readiness assessment. It is actually done before you do the M&E systems build up. So I'm not going to explain this, but I'm just helping you see some of the questions. So as you can see again, this question comes up. Remember the other paper I showed you where there were all these numbers in the table form? So it talks about, it's essentially talking about data quality. What is variance? Using the data above, calculate the variance for each month. Comment on the results, calculate the average variance. What would be your recommendations? Very good question, guys, and it's highly practical. So I'm so glad that you took the time to listen to this presentation. In case you have any questions concerning this, or if by any chance you want to answer these questions and perhaps have them marked by us, feel free to reach out. Of course, it will come at a fee. I've been your host, Coach Alexander. See you on the other side. Bye.